One of the hardest things for us to do in life sometimes is moving on and letting go of our past memories. Many times, if you sit and you think about it, you see that your life is being hindered by all the bad memories you're clinging onto, which ends up stopping you from living life to the fullest. In Adventure Time, there is one episode in particular that I want to discuss with you guys that really captures this struggle beautifully, with surprising depth. It shows us what happens when you get the chance to build that peaceful, happy life that you've always wanted, but you can't fully accept it because you're still haunted by something you never resolved in the past, which ends up destroying your present. This episode is Pohoi. The episode opens on a surreal moment outside of Finn and Jake's treehouse, and when he looks outside, he sees that it's raining knives. A dangerous and symbolic scene that immediately sets the tone for what the episode is going to be about. Inside the house, we see that Jake is doing his best to entertain Finn, was clearly not in a good mood. Eventually, Finn confesses the reason. Princess Flame didn't laugh at his joke. That's it, something simple, but to Finn, it feels like the beginning of the end. A feeling that many of us have felt in our life. Many people don't understand what we're going through. In their eyes, it's very simple, but in our perspective, it's incredibly complicated. He's so caught up in the fear that the relationship is gonna fall apart that he cannot think straight. Jake then brushes it off and offers a philosophical take. The hard part about life isn't relationships, he says. It's how we get lost in fake ideas and illusions.
Being crazy is hard. You're getting all hung up on imaginary problems. You gotta focus on what's real, man.
Most of our problems in our life are based on our illusions in the brain and not because of reality. And then he makes a funny example where he breaks his favorite mug and throws it out of the window, saying that it doesn't matter because the value that he put in the mug was an illusion and not based on reality.
You see this cup? This is literally my favorite cup. Now it's gone forever, so it's not real, and I don't care about it anymore.
This moment is what really sets up the whole episode, because the tension between what we've let go of and what still quietly lives in us is the fight that we see happening in this episode and happens to us in real life. Finn then tells Jake that he's completely overwhelmed and he decides that he needs time alone to let his mind wander. Jake warns him that wandering too far inside of your own thoughts is always risky and can never be a good idea, but it's already too late as Finn has already gone too deep into his thoughts.
Finn, festering's always bad, man. There's no good kind of festering. Finn!
This looks smaller from the outside. What's this now? What the? Jake, what's in here?
Then we see Finn climb into a massive pile of pillows where he discovers an entirely different world. Everything here is made out of pillows, the villagers, the dragons, everything. And not before long, Finn becomes a hero here too, saving the town from a pillow dragon and being praised by the mayor, Kilton. But even with the celebrations around him, Finn doesn't feel whole at all. Something is still missing inside of him. Then he meets Rosaline, the woman that is about to change his life, the mayor's daughter. She is very kind, confident, and even flirts with Finn, eventually inviting him to dance with her. And at first, Finn hesitates because he's still thinking about Flame Princess. Would it be wrong to move on, he thinks to himself? He's trapped in this loop where he can't get out or move on because he's still thinking about Flame Princess. He's chained to his past. But eventually he gives in and he dances with Rosaline. But here in this moment, there is a slightly mature tone to the scene, which was even censored in some countries, suggesting that Rosaline is actually older and more emotionally experienced than Finn, but it's the first real step towards leaving his past behind. After the dance is done, Finn suddenly remembers that he has to return home. He begs Kilton to help him find a way back, and Kilton agrees at first, but tells him to enjoy life in the meantime because he might find exactly what he's looking for in this world rather than looking for it in his own world. Back to the real world, Jake finds his broken mug, and Bimo rebukes him for caring about it right after admitting to Finn that it didn't matter. But the joke hits deeper, because it shows us that even when we say that we've moved on, the emotional attachment doesn't just vanish. We feel more than we admit. We try to say to people that we've moved on, when in reality we haven't. We look for things that we've thrown away. We go for things that have left us already, and in the process we destroy the valuable things that we have in the present. Meanwhile, in the pillow world, time has passed, and Finn and Rosaline are now together. They have children, he's living a quiet, loving, peaceful life, and for the the first time in a long time, Finn genuinely seems happy. And I don't think I'm the only one, but when I saw this scene right here, I felt incredibly happy for Finn because he got what he was looking for and the dream that every single human on this earth has, which is living peacefully. One day, an elderly Kilton appears with a mysterious revelation. He's found an old book that talks about a door between dimensions. It's rare and it appears at a random point, but it could be Finn's way back. And this is where Finn becomes obsessed again. Rosaline, now his partner and the mother of his children, is shaken, and I feel incredibly bad for her because she knows what this means, that all the life they've built together could vanish because her husband could not let go of the past, just so he can chase something that was already lost. And it is in this critical moment where he finally lets go of his fixation and decides that it's time to return home. It's really surprising how everything suddenly becomes clear to him now. And another interesting thing that we see in this episode is that we really sense the love that Rosaline carries for him, strong enough that she's willing to set him free without any hesitation, like that kind of love that pushes someone to step away from the relationship just because they know their partner has a better future without them. This is very similar, but it's painful to imagine that if Finn chooses to leave, Rosaline would be left behind, alone with the knowledge that the only one she loves is far away, perhaps with someone else. Finn's long stay in that place and wanting to return makes sense. Sometimes we hold on to what's familiar or dream about a perfect future, only to find out that when it finally arrives, it doesn't feel as rewarding as we hoped it to be. Often, the real tragedy itself is not appreciating what we have until it's too late and it leaves. Then, interestingly enough, we see a scene in the episode where Finn is in his final moments, surrounded by his family and its kids telling him how much he means to them. And then, as Finn passes away, something strange happens. His spirit drifts through a mystery space and meets Gaul, and then returns to the world of the living. This scene left many wondering if this was a dream or the Pillow World was actually a real place. Fans spun theories all over the internet, with one pointing out that dreams engage only a few senses. But Finn could actually smell the gas from the Great Oracle in this episode, a detail that wouldn't have been possible in a typical dream. Another theory is that Jake might have the ability to open doors to other worlds, just like his father can. When he built the Pillow Fort, maybe he accidentally created a portal that Finn wandered into. So it's very clear that the Pillow World was actually real, and it wasn't a dream. The presence of Gaul, a figure unfamiliar to Finn up until that point, supports the idea that this was way more than a dream. It suggests a journey beyond the physical into the spiritual or mental realm. Finn's ability to travel the astral plane in another episode backs this up, possibly explaining why Gaul couldn't even harm him because his body wasn't really there. Back to the episode, Jake greets Finn, who wants to talk about his surreal experience in the Pillow World, thinking it was just a dream.
Hey, buddy. You feeling better already?
Huh? Oh, I don't know, man. I just had the #1 wildest dream.
Really?
Yeah, I was...
But right before he's about to tell the experience that he had in the dream to Jake, he gets a call from Flame Princess, and then he hangs up. Laughingly, he tells Jake that she finally got his joke. But then Jake presses him about the dream that he was about to tell him, and Finn claims that he doesn't remember anything about the dream at all.
Hello? Oh, hey. Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, okay, bye. That was Flame Princess. She said she didn't get my joke till just now, and that it's really funny and awesome.
Yeah, that's great, man. Now what about this dream?
What dream?
The dream you were just talking about?
Huh?
Just a second ago? The dream you just had in the Pillow Fort?
And this is basically how this episode brings up an incredibly important psychological allegory. An allegory that shows us the importance of moving on. This is an example of a person, Finn, that was unable to move on. He had everything he had always wanted in that world. He had a loving wife, he had loving children, he had a beautiful family, he had a farm where he was raising his children, the dream of every person on Earth. But he was unable to move on, because when he went back to the living world after he passed away and met Gaul, he still remembered everything about what happened to him in that Pillow World. But as soon as he picked up the phone, he picked up the call from the person that was the reason of him being sad and being chained in the first place. So when he felt happy again about Princess Flame saying that she understood his joke, he was happy, hence he was back in that loop. That's why he forgot about all the good memories that he had in the Pillow World, because it shows us the allegory that in this world we always have two options. Either we take the good side and move on, or we're always going to be chained to that thing that hurts us. As long as you choose this flame princess, you're gonna be blinded by pain. Constant pain that's gonna blind you from seeing all the beautiful things that this world has to offer. And of course, is also gonna make you forget about the beautiful things that you went through. That's why Pahoy is without a doubt one of the most significant episodes of Adventure Time. It is loaded with so many messages that have to do with real life issues. And that's why I recommend you to watch it. And watch it in sight. Watch it thinking that every single layer of the episode has a meaning. The Pillow World also acts as a reflection of Finn's deepest insecurities. His fear that he's not gonna be fully accepted by his girlfrind and his anxious thoughts that they might never have a future together made him build an entire imagined life with a family he's desperate to escape from in his own mind. This world full of pillows, soft and harmless beings becomes sort of a refuge where he's safe from pain. That's why the episode itself feels somewhat light. Finn doesn't seem to be concerned too much about what's going on in this world. It's a reminder of how much our minds can trap us in this world by pulling us away from what's real. For Finn, that line between reality and imagination is blurry. The Pillow World feels as real to him as anything else because he lived it, even if only for a brief moment. This is an allegory to our struggles. We all face moments in this world that haunt us, obsessions that we won't let go. By pretending they don't really exist is not really the answer. Those worries reveal truths about ourselves, and only by confronting them and understanding why they're there in the first place can we truly find peace. So whether the Pillow World was real or imagined, what really matters is the meaning it holds for Finn and what really holds for us. So what do you think? Do you think this episode tackled these ideas and issues in this episode in a good way? Or do you think that you would have reacted differently to Finn if you had a similar situation to this? I would really like to hear your thoughts. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe, and we will see each other in the next video. Take care.